Welcome back to Black Royal TV, and welcome to the Palace, where we discuss reactions and revelations. All opinions are alleged. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Drop your comments in the comments section and share this video. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Black Royal TV. Also, you can find me on the link below on YouTube. Again, welcome back to the Palace, where we are going to get popping. So let's get popping. P stands for perspective. O stands for opinions and observations. P for perceptions. P for positions. I for insight, interpretation, and intuition. N for notations. Again, all opinions are alleged. We really discuss all that is classy, bougie, regal, royal, and black, but at times there may be some negativity, not based on just my opinion, but based upon reactions to reactions or observations of reactions. Again, I need you to like this video. I need you to subscribe to this channel. So let's get. Please observe the Fair Use Act disclaimer as well as the copyright disclaimer. Again, welcome to the Palace Commentary, where we're providing the latest updates, news, and comments in regards to a petition to remove Wanda Moore Leaf from Love and Marriage Huntsville. This petition was started by Protect Black Women's Image on change.org. Again, welcome to the Palace. This commentary is about the petition to remove Wanda Moore Leaf from Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're going to also provide you with the latest updates on the petition as well as news, as provide you comments that were made on the website in regards to the petition, and we're going to explain and read those comments to you so that you would have a better understanding of why the petition was put in place. This petition was started by Protect Black Women's Image on change.org. As of 6:01 p.m. today, 6/6/2022, there were 5,612 signatures, and the new goal is a goal of 7,500 signatures to have Miss Wanda removed. They feel like that at 7,500 signatures, the petition would be more likely to get a reaction from the decision makers. According to Amanda Anderson Niles of Urban Bell Entertainment, published on 6/1/2022, Miss Wanda responded to this. She addressed the petition, according to Miss Niles, in a recent video. In the video, Miss Wanda said, "I heard everybody got a petition going on with me to get me kicked off the show." Again, everything is alleged. Ms. Wanda continued by saying, "I don't feel like I called no baby name or said anything about the baby. And the only thing I said was I was talking to the mama. I did tell the mother she needs to find out who her baby daddy was. She talking about my baby daddy, so why can't I talk about hers? I don't care if they grown, young, or whatever. If you're grown and you decide to talk, I mean, you get the same treatment. Ain't no difference. There's no difference. It's the same thing." Miss Wanda, according to Miss Niles from the video, said that Miss Wanda feels hypocrisy has taken place So just cause your baby young talking about my baby or my children, I don't pose to come back. She is focusing on those who support her. I got a lot of people that love me in spite of the ones who dislike me. So let's get into the petition. According to the petition, Wanda Moore Leith is a menace to black excellence. Her appearance on the hit OWN show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, has been fraught with ghetto ratchetness, drama, and chaos. As a friend of the show, her appearance is clearly not needed. She is not a good example and has created division amongst the actual cast members. As her adult daughter's spokesperson, mouthpiece, Wanda Moore has pushed this show into a violent, dangerous light. She has repeatedly disparaged minors, parents of other cast members, and even the cast members themselves. She tells lies, instigates conflicts, aggressively confronts anyone that doesn't agree with her outdated, violent way of thinking. She perpetuates a negative stereotype of black women and mothers. A simple YouTube search highlights the worst of her behavior. It is irresponsible to allow this woman to continue to have the privilege of a national platform. She cannot be controlled and openly mocks anyone who calls her out for her bad behavior. Wanda Moore Leith has to go. Not only is her behavior a black eye to this prestigious network, but the very premise of Love and Marriage Huntsville as a vehicle to showcase excellence amongst African American entrepreneurs. Carlos King, you must listen to the people on this. Wanda Moore is not needed and no longer wanted, and she can take her nasty food with her. This is the petition. And now we have an additional update to the petition on May 31st, 2022. Thank you guys. The outpouring of support has been overwhelming. What started as a spark has quickly turned into a flame. Yet, I want to be very clear that this collective effort to speak up regarding what we all see as an absolute spectacle was not created to personally attack nor ridicule Wanda Moore Leith, nor her daughter Letitia Moore Scott. This petition was created with the hopes of getting the attention of the producers, the network, and even Wanda herself that this ain't it. On behalf of the 2,000 plus signers of this petition, as of May 30th, 2022 at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which we now at Central Time at 6:01, we have upward of 5,612, I believe, signatures. We no longer wish to see the negative stereotype of an ignorant, uneducated, ghetto baby mama broadcast into our homes every Saturday. The recent altercation on social media and the latest episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, has solidified Miss Wanda as reality TV gold. But what will this caricature do to the ongoing crisis of image for black women and mothers? Why highlight this foolishness when you have real life examples of positive black motherhood and womanhood on the same show? Miss Vanessa would never. Melody Holt, Kimmy Grant Scott, Stormy Steele, Destiny Payton Williams, Tiffany Whitlow, Nakisha Jabbar, and even Letitia herself have proven to be boss chicks in their own right. They have shown us heartbreak to triumph, motherhood to entrepreneurship, the kitchen to the boardroom, nothing to something, and yet we get Wanda. No, no, we deserve better. As a viewer, black woman and entrepreneur. I find it difficult to watch week after week as this behavior, both on the show and through social media, from non-cast members of the show, including Wanda Moore Leith, Mark Scott, Cousin Bernard, and other likeness, go unchecked. What began as a show about black entrepreneurship has quickly devolved into physical altercations, mocking children, and to now openly threatening people with choppers. This is no longer entertainment, but dangerous precedent. That was the update to the petition. Again, you're in the Palace Commentary, where we're having commentary about the petition for the removal of Miss Wanda from the Love and Marriage Huntsville. We will be discussing our comments that was provided by change.org. But in the meantime, I'm going to need you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So let's get into the commentary on the various comments that was left on the webpage. Let's get into the comments. Miss Wanda seems very uneducated, and she has her own language, which had taken black women back to the slavery era. Her daughter allowed her mother to speak broken English on every episode. Wanda's mouth is dangerous, and I refuse to watch if she continues on this show. This is not who I want representing me as a black woman, grandmother, or great-grandmother. It's time for this buffoonery to end. She's setting us back 100 years. I tolerated her until that chopper come in. That was a red flag. There have been too many SHOOTINGS not to take something of this nature serious. Clearly, there are some mental issues here. A woman this old don't behave like this unless something is going on with her mentally. Please pay attention on. This is clearly out of control and needs to be dealt with. I will go back to PBS if she returns next season. She's not my cup of tea. Others said pure evil. She horrible, ignorant, just despicable. Wanda is embarrassing. This is no shameful and discussing and disguising being an older black woman. She continues to display a very negative disposition that makes one want to. No example, no class, no character or integrity. I'm sorry, I can't take her no more. Enough is enough, all caps, with Miss Wanda. She is an embarrassment to black women and the professional values we hold. Her use of the English language is atrocious, to say the least. OLG Wanda needs speech therapy and a muzzle. This lady is fame hungry. Everything about her is annoying, especially her voice. No, sir. No, ma'am. Not on my TV screen. Carlos, please stop. Continuing with the comments, one said, go ahead and let Miss Wanda tend to her own business. Getting her off the show should give her the time she needs to find something better to do. First on the agenda should be to learn to speak properly so that she can effectively apologize for the havoc she caused. Next, she needs to find out the difference between the words envious and image. No one is image of Tisha or anyone in their family. She is no longer good for this show or network. However, there may be a spot for her at Zeus. Yes, I agree. Nobody's image of Tisha. I was done after that. It's really sad that this network has pimped this lady for ratings, and even sadder that Tisha, educated, signed off on it and hasn't tried to intervene. My heart aches for her poor grandkids that will see this buffoonery. Also, shame on Carlos. She goes too far. I used to like her, but the fame has gone to her head and she is doubling down on the ignorance. Wanda is a huge liability. She needs to go. Wanda is a poor choice for representation of African American moms. She's immature, she's classless, and uneducated. It's not a good look. She is a total, she is totally a messy AWS person. Disrespectful, dangerous. Karma will be knocking at your door by getting her off the show. And Carlos King, how can you like a person like that, messy and disrespectful to you and what you stand for? That is not cute at all, and neither is she. Wanda is ghetto and keeps things started on the show. She continuously gets into altercations with the cast members in an attempt to defend her grown daughter. She talks about the kids of cast members with no regard for their feelings. She is ratchet and think it is cute. It is not. She needs to go now. We are telling the producers we will not watch if that idiot is on the show. Wanda doesn't have anything to offer to the show except for how to not raise a strong black woman. Yes, this is so embarrassing. Carlos King is not for black women or black families. Misery loves company, and Wanda, her family, associates are prime examples of this. I get secondhand embarrassed when they are on screen or social media. Yes, Wanda is a total disgrace. What you put into the universe is which you're going to get back. If that's the energy she thrives on and moves with, she's going to definitely reap that same energy. Enough is enough. Violence, speaking about individuals, minor children, etc., there seems to be no limits. This is totally unacceptable. Wanda has to go. She causes too much confusion to the show. Wanda stated in one of her interviews that her goal is a spinoff. This show has given her free rein to go after that with no holds barred. She is not only against anyone that doesn't agree with her and her daughter's position on this show, she is also determined to slander cast members, their family members, children and parents, as well as their rights to be born. Words spoken are a true reflection of who you are, and I personally think she has done enough damage with her lies, destructive words, and desire to be a star at the expense of anyone who crosses her. God has blessed her and her daughter, and she works day and night to destroy her daughter's peace of mind, as well as anyone she comes in contact with that doesn't agree with her. Love her enough to stop helping her make a spectacle of herself. She is only funny to many because they have not personally experienced her wrath. She is sad, and it's even sadder that Tisha has been complicit. I will no longer be watching this until something changes. Again, this is all commentary obtained on the change.org website under the petition, the comments to the petition to remove Wanda from Love and Marriage Huntsville. As we continue, I have watched the show since it started and have never missed an episode. The last two seasons have been a letdown, mainly due to Miss Wanda and some of the Scotts. Mark, Miss Wanda has turned a great show from beautiful young successful families with real everyday problems that we all have had into pure ghetto trash. The cussing and the threatening have gone so far, especially about the children. Miss Wanda is so rude and uncouth. Tisha should be ashamed for allowing her mother to be the way she is. It has to be embarrassing to her. Why doesn't Marceau do anything? He doesn't have a problem telling his wife or anyone else on the show what's right or wrong. Remember him telling Louis If you strike a match in my house, I will burn yours down. Now, does that sound like a successful businessman? I could go on and on, so I will end with this. Oprah owns OWN, and I'm shocked she would allow what is going on in this show. Get rid of Wanda. I don't think that this is personal narrative now. I don't think Oprah owns OWN anymore. Enough is enough. Kids are off limit. She is terrible and needs to go. She is a poor representation of black women. We do not deserve to be represented by her on a national platform. Please remove her from the show. This is an excellent and speaks for so many of us. I was so excited when this show first aired. I used to set my alarm clock each Saturday and could not wait to watch it. Each year, it has become less and less interesting, and I no longer set my clock. If I happen to catch a piece of it, good. If not, no worries. I mainly hear a lot through social media, but I share these same sentiments. It's 2022. Buffoonery. They have Wanda behaving like blackface comedy without the makeup. That's all. It's time for this network to stop exploiting this woman for ratings because we can see she doesn't know any better. It's even more embarrassing for Tisha, who should know better. OWN Network is supposed to represent black greatness. I think that was Oprah's vision. Please stop with this buffoonery. She must go. If she returns next season, I will not. Disgusting behavior Wanda has shown the world. If people can remember this ignorant person said she's gonna have talked to Carlos about a spinoff show, please, this network will be in big trouble if this uneducated, not hooked on phonics, get a show. She is taking views of black women backwards. Carlos is using ignorance for views. It is very desperate act. It is a very desperate act. I didn't know people like this still existed. She just want camera time. Stop giving it to her. She adds absolutely no substance. This show was not created with her in mind, so leave her off. She is a disgrace. She is too old to be this messy. She is an embarrassment to the female race. She's irritating. Wanda needs to be removed ASAP. She brings nothing but drama and confusion to the cast. If she continues to stay on, then I will no longer watch. And I know a lot of people feel the way I do in regards to her. She needs to stay in her lane and not bring her ghetto self on the show at all. She needs to go back to school and learn how to speak and correctly pronounce words. Letitia is scared of her mother. No backbone. Her behavior and attitude are a negative reflection on the show and its intended purposes. Wanda is far from the image one want portrayed and modeled as a strong black mother and grandmother. I do not promote violence, as we see enough of this from school shootings and cops on a daily. This is not what our kids should be seeing or hearing. OWN is or supposed to be a strong focus family channel for encouragement and support, all in caps. She's just starring things up. As black mothers, we don't have to act like that. I don't like how she blasting her daughter's family business all in the air. I'm tired of the foolishness of Miss Wanda and her behavior. She does not add any value to the show. She can barely speak English with her making up words because she is too lazy to learn the right way to speak or say things. Ghetto is too good of a word to use for her. She is far from respectable as an older woman trying to act like her daughter and using slang and sounding a hot mess. Wanda is very disrespectful to certain children on the show. Some of the children are old enough to know what's going on. She is technically being a bully. She is a gaslighter. Get to. Wanda brings the show down. She has nothing good to add to this show. Remove her ASAP. I don't like how Wanda and her entourage is portraying successful black people. It's too ghetto, and I hate it. Also, the Scott don't bring nothing to the show. Ugh. She's no one you want around. She cares only for the money she can make. Start in trouble when she enters the room. Fire Wanda. She is very toxic. Wanda could easily cause someone to get hurt seriously. She's too damn old to carry on the way she does and turn the whole dynamic of the show. Miss Wanda is doing too much. She is keeping up too much mess between the hosts. There is enough mess without Mrs. Wanda adding to it. It's time for her exit. She needs to be gone. She's an ignorant and almost illiterate mess maker who needs to get a real job. This woman is ruining a very good show. Wanda needs to go, period. Messy A double dollar sign. This woman's behavior is disgraceful. She speaks on innocent children in a negative way. She's just disrespectful to our race. I'm signing because Wanda has repeatedly crossed too many lines. She's gone from being comical to nasty, disrespectful, and rude. This show was not based on her and her daughter's life. She has used this platform to continuously defame, degrade, and belittle people with outright lies and her unsubstantiated facts for the sake of spilling tea. She's too old to be acting so childish. This is not the first time she's been asked and warned about speaking on kids. This last comment was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Her release from the show is long overdue. She might have been thinking that it would land her a spinoff show, but with those comments about Mel and Martell's daughter, she better hope she doesn't end up in court getting sued. I'm signing because I agree with the petition statement. And you know that I read the petition statement earlier. There is an issue with her credibility, accountability, and emotional stability. Wanda's actions are detrimental not only to the black woman imagery, as it plays so much into the angry black woman stereotype that we are working so hard to move away from. Her unprovoked attacks on children just to inflict emotional duress upon the parents are absolutely sickening. She knowingly spreads lies to further her agenda of removing the stars of the show, which does not include her daughter, nor her daughter's husband or his brother. She has yet to take responsibility for such vicious lies. She creates a new lie. I find her combative behavior completely unnerving, as it appears she has become delusional and obsessed. I fear for the safety of the Hope children and their parents. There was a person that was in the car threatening to get a gun, and bing bing the host. This has become an issue of safety. There is no excuse for an almost 60-year-old woman to go after innocent children. Please remove her from the show, or we will work to have the show removed. That's a long commentary. Wanda is an old school troublemaker who takes not accountability for her negative comments or behavior because someone told her that she was funny. She is not. She is just plain venomous. Wanda is an ignorant person and is reckless with her words. She has no respect for anyone and especially her family. She brings the value of the show down. Because this woman is a disrespectful, loudmouth person, always in someone's business, it is sickening. If you don't get rid of her, your show will begin to decline rapidly. Wanda must go and take her ghetto, disrespectful self to where it is tolerant at. End of story. Again, we're taking a little break right now. Please hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel. Again, we're talking about the petition to have Miss Wanda removed from the Love and Marriage Unfiltered cast. This is commentary based on those comments in the comments section of that petition. Thank you. Don't forget now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Wanda is the stereotypical example of black women being broadcast to millions of people. Your viewers deserve better. I'm signing this petition to remove this vile, unhooked on phonics embarrassment to all mothers and grandmothers around the globe a bad name. She takes away from the show and what it represents. She needs to go and take her daughter and son-in-law with her. They are not built for classy reality TV. They are too ratchet and liars. Carlos should be ashamed of himself for allowing her to get this far with her mess, and he gaslighting Tisha, so she needs to go along with her mama. She is not a good example for young black girls or ladies. She's pitiful and a disgrace for stealing her cousin's man and marrying him now. That's just nasty and disrespectful. So what kind of example does that set? Replace Tisha with Kiki and her family. At least she's relatable and seems honest and drama-free. Remember, all opinions are alleged, even in doing this commentary. Mrs. Wanda needs to go. She is ignorant, toxic, and does not set a good example of what an elder is supposed to be. She is deplorable and ignorant. This is not the behavior that we want to see on TV. Her behavior is unacceptable and embarrassing. She is reaffirming negative stereotypes about black people. Please remove her from the show. She does not represent what the show initially stood for. Ratchet behavior belongs in the street, not on a show that is designed to uplift others. She is too rude and disrespectful. That part. I am 61 and I don't do disrespect. I don't care for it. I'm from North Philly and I have never seen anyone like her. She wouldn't survive here. That part. She's too old to be starting all that mess about people's children. She's too old to be starting all that trouble, especially talking about people's children. Hell, Tisha is a grown woman who should be able to defend herself. Tired of the ratchet, low-life behavior of Wanda and way too illiterate and ignorant for TV. Tisha and Mom both need English enunciation, speech, and grammar courses. Find us a new couple, cause the Scots' fame made them think they are above the hosts who brought them in. Not. Tired of the ratchet, this was so good to her she wrote it twice. Anyway, hurtful. The batch gotta go. She is an embarrassment to black women, and Carlos King should be ashamed. I hope this gets to Oprah. Miss Wanda is messy, and kids are off limits. To be honest, I know your son-in-law would love to see you leave. Enough of the foolery, Carlos King. What happens to black excellence? Martell said Wanda is no longer on Love and Marriage Huntsville on his live earlier today. That was written 3 days ago. Hope this is true. I'm sick of her. LMAO, laughing my AO off. Wanda has been causing drama and meddling since she's been on the show. She's into everybody's business. She's just messy. She must truly be a miserable soul. Wanda is a poor example of a mother, black woman, wife, girlfriend, human being, etc. She depicts absolutely nothing positive for the show, only ghetto, uneducated, hood rat behavior. She's already causing friction with everyone else. Again, I'll commentary. She is not a positive model of a strong black woman that the younger women can look up to. Her message is toxic and very dividing within families and friends. We just came out of a pandemic and needed each other. This woman promotes division even within her own family. We see enough wicked stuff already. Is it too much to ask not to experience this woman's venom anymore? I enjoyed watching this show, but the confusion she brought to everyone, including her own daughter's house, it's unspeakable. I remember a couple of seasons ago, Mel and Tisha brought the point about how this show affects their kid's life and for Montel to watch what he say. Well, what about Wanda? She is the grandmother, Tisha. She is an embarrassment to the black culture. Ma'am, instead of you talking about buying shoes in a box, can you please go buy some education and speech classes? Instead of worrying about your hair, how about go become a better mother, grandmother, auntie, and a sister who can uplift people with life and positivity? Be a better person. So go lay down on the altar and get delivered. Not saying having a degree makes you better. It doesn't, because your daughter proven that. But the degree can at least help you know how to behave with others, even if your upbringing didn't. She has to go now, all caps. This lady brings nothing positive to the show and has become an embarrassment to herself and black women as a whole. Her behavior is horrific. Instead of acting like the elder on the show, she acts like petulant child. She's rude, nasty, disrespectful, and ghetto. She doesn't allow the show to highlight the main cast members because she's always instigating. Instead of defending her daughter, she should have given her a backbone so she can stop looking like a weak, naive woman being totally controlled by her narcissistic husband. They are both obviously jealous of Mel. Again, these are personal opinions that was written in the commentary section on the Change website for the petition to remove Wanda from the show. I'm signing because she's irresponsible with her actions and words. Enough. I think Wanda is a very nasty, negative, rude, and ratchet person. Please remove her from the show. She needs to stay out of her grown daughter's business, and she act way too ignorant. I'm signing to get rid of Miss Wanda. She ain't nothing but trouble. She has to go. I'm signing because Wanda promotes violence. She's messy and a peace breaker, bully and ratchet as hell. Her whole demeanor is just toxic, and she picking at male and bringing her family. I'm with GUNS and more drama. She needs to go. Wanda quickly turned Love and Marriage Huntsville into ratchet TV. She is definitely toxicity at its finest. She needs to go, go, go. Wanda is a disgrace. She is a mother, grandmother, sister, aunt, cousin, etc., etc., etc. But of these, she is a woman, a black woman, and a complete idiot. All caps. The worst representation for her daughter and granddaughters. Her daughter Tisha should remove herself from the show, therefore removing Wanda. Tisha is going to have a lot of explaining to do because her daughters are being exposed to this circus. Sad, sad, sad. This person is out of control. At first I blamed Letitia, only since she doesn't seem to have a backbone. However, now I believe her messy husband is playing both sides. He lacks mess based on what he did to his own brother. He and Letitia are both a mess. But this mother is so far over the edge, is it just sad how low they have allowed this to sink? Wanda and her daughter Ratchet. She is very rude and always talking about children. Wanda is disrespectful, and her comments and actions cross the line every time. I don't see any other parent getting as much screen time as Wanda, and when she has it, there's nothing but negativity. Please remove her, as she does not bring value to what Love and Marriage Huntsville is supposed to be. She is disrespectful and disgraceful. Get her out of here. Bad example of a matriarch. No black woman should behave this way. I'm so tired of seeing Wanda's toxic behavior. Children are off limits. I heard the remarks she made about Melody's daughter. It's unfortunate that she's a senior acting this way. Yes, she has to go now, all caps. Wanda does not contribute to this show positively. She is not a business owner making business decisions. Wanda does not display black excellence. She only promotes negativity. The other mothers of cast members don't promote such negativity, but gives advice to their children as Wanda should do. But she takes every issue her adult daughter has on as if she has to handle it for her daughter. She is very petty and disrespectful to the children of the other cast members, Melody and Martell Holt. Wanda incites violence, and this is definitely something I will not continue to watch further if she is extended any contract for next season. Wanda brings this show down. She is not a good representation of black women. None of the other women on the show display ratchet behavior as Wanda promotes. Wanda has no limit. Who knows what lengths she is willing to go to? I would hate to see any harm come to anyone on this show because of her. The person that she was with said he had a GUN in the car. This is no time to take those types of comments lightly, given all of the heartbreaking mass pings we've seen recently. Wanda crossed the line. Get rid of her. This type of degradation of our race as a whole has to stop. Wanda sets us back. This begins barbaric and not cute. Wanda does not exemplify what a true black southern woman should be. She is smut. If Carlos continues with likes of her, I will not support the show. I will go back to Andy's show. I'm not even a fan of males at all. I just don't like Wanda. She makes Letitia look bad, of whom is, or I should say was, my favorite. She has taken things too far this time. Miss Messy Wanda is a problem, not only to the cast members, she's a problem to her daughter. There's a time in life when you need to mind your own business. Your daughter is fully grown. Your mouth is just filthy, even when children are around. You have no respect for yourself or others. This show is not for Wanda. She acts like where she come from, and that's a shame. It makes me not want to watch the show anymore. And I really like how the group tried to work together as black entrepreneurs. Wanda opened that can of messy worms, and it needs to be cleaned up. Let Wanda go far away. Wanda needs to go. She does entirely too much. I feel so sorry for Letitia. She is very messy. Wanda is a poor example of a mother, grandmother, representative of black women. She's very disrespectful and speak as if her education ended in the third grade. She's just not a truthful person. Wanda is a poor example of a mother, grandmother, representative of black women. She's very disrespectful and speak as if her education ended in the third grade. She's just not a truthful person. Well, that person wrote that uh, twice, and she got hits on each one of them, so I guess she was really passionate about that. The show is degrading to African women and the OWN network. Carlos King is destroying OWN. Wanda incites violence and is a poor representation of black women touting adultery and infidelity while throwing stones at others. By the way, hashtag fire marshal and oh, by the way, hashtag fire marshal and Tisha too. She has taken things too far. She's a clown and a disgrace. She is very messy. The lies Wanda tells are very damaging. The words that she speaks are embarrassing to Southern black women 50 plus. We are already stereotyped as uneducated and slow. I just don't understand what any black man or woman would think this woman is TV gold when she has the grammar of a toddler. As a matter of fact, most toddlers, that is C, speaks much better than Wanda. The lies Wanda tells are very damaging. This person wrote that twice. Her behavior is disgraceful. Someone is bound to get hurt. Words matter. Wanda is a foul, hateful person. We don't need to see any more ignorance or evil on television. I'm signing because this woman is an embarrassment to black women. I am 75 years old and have never, nor will I ever act or be around women that act this disgusting. She can speak correctly. She is not a good example of what black mothers should show their daughter or daughters. She is pathetic and needs to spend time getting an education. Just saying. Miss Wanda alludes toxicity and hostility to the show and OWN network. She has a negative energy. We're exhausted with such behaviors. Tisha enjoys and allows her mother to spew venom. Carlos, it's not worth it. This is beyond messy. I feel that Wanda should remain on the show. She hasn't done anything more than the other ladies on the show. Melody Friend just appeared on the show and she came with drama, Galentine's. This is her opinion. She wrote it on here. Don't know whether she signed the petition or not. She's a bully. She attacks everyone. Her daughter needs to get a backbone and take up for herself. After that little break, hope you hit the like button. Hope you hit the subscribe to this channel. I'm going to go and continue with the comments, reading them so that you won't have to try to read them. I am sick of her ignorant and disgraceful behavior. She is a true dark cloud hanging over what's supposed to be a show of positivity. Since Wanda is for the streets, release her to be in them. I am a mature woman of color, and I would never involve myself in the manner that Wanda has. On national TV, really? She is a setback to the culture. Please get in your food truck and ride away with your foolishness and ignorance. It is not cute nor funny. Your 15 minutes are over. Sit all the way down, please, all caps. Miss Wanda needs to go and take the Scots with her. She is messy and too old to be acting the way she are. She's has grandchildren. So it's not a good look for them. Please remove her from the show. She will keep other people from looking at the show because of her being messy. We don't want to see an old woman acting like a 5-year-old with a grown daughter and 3 grandchildren. Tisha should say something to her mother because it don't look good for her or her children's. Her utter disrespect for children is disturbing. She's degrading the show's value by always running in the face of castmates. Wanda is a disgrace to the race. Miss Wanda adds nothing positive. Miss Wanda displays toxicity, demonstrates bullying and division among the castmates. This cloud of negativity isn't the proper display for prominent entrepreneurs, let alone a woman of a mature age and the own brand in general. I'm sure Oprah don't need the embarrassment of viewer ratings for excessive, extreme, and over-the-top behavior. Wanda is very disrespectful and is already gone too far. Kids should be off limited, period. Tisha need to learn how to fight her own battles. She is a grown woman. If Wanda stay on the show, I'm no longer gonna watch. So Carlos King need to get rid of her as soon as possible. Stay in your place. A woman of a certain age should be viewed as a matriarch or a respectable auntie type. She should not be a stereotypical catty, messy, childish, repulsive woman. Mrs. Wanda, your time is up, ma'am. Goodbye. She is not good for the show. She is very toxic. She isn't needed on this show. Black ignorance at the highest level, bringing the show down. We tired. She don't get along with no one and just keep too much stuff started. She is uneducated, ghetto, and is a horrible representation for her daughter. Is nothing cute about her behavior. Her mother is spineless and has to hide behind. No. Her daughter is spineless and has to hide behind her mother to do her dirty work. With a husband that is a pro at cheating, he covers his tracks well. She's trouble and her mouth is nasty. She isn't needed on this show. Black ignorance at the highest level, bringing the show down. Wanda is a disgrace to the show. She should not be allowed to purposely ruin lives and threaten harm to anyone. Children should be off limits to this kind of wickedness. I don't care how it makes ratings look. Wanda represents hate, and I'm tired of looking at her behavior and bad misconduct on the show. This is a bad representation of a respectful and decent woman in example for self and others. She is too toxic for the show. All the Scotts can go get new people to replace them. Wanda sucks. Wanda is a negative energy. I don't watch the show to see negative actions. I only watch for Melody Cherie all day, every day. That's her opinion. Again, we're taking a little break right now. Please hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel. Again, we're talking about the petition to have Miss Wanda removed from the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. This is commentary based on those comments in the comments section of that petition. Thank you. Don't forget now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Wanda does not represent black excellence. She represents the black stereotype of black women everywhere. She attacks innocent children and even her own family members. She is an embarrassment to black people altogether. She is the reason why other races looks at black women the way they do. She is not a positive representation for black women, mothers, grandmothers, nor someone for young black women to look up to. Instead of using her national platform to help build black people up, she uses it to tear them down. With Wanda and her family members on the show, it has gone from Love and Marriage Huntsville to the Huntsville Hillbillies from the other side of the dirt road. Please save the show and cut Wanda loose. I do not like the fact that she speaks on the paternity of children who are not hers, or that she showcases family members who make threats of GUN chopper violence towards people. Miss Wanda equal chaos. She needs to not ban from filming. She needs to not ban from filming the show. She's toxic and continues to be disrespectful and talk negatively about children. There's nothing entertaining about that. She's messy and old. Not to mention she illiterate. She has no business being on here. I'm sick of her. I was disgusted when Wanda went live and began making comments about Melody Cherie's body. As a mother of daughters with a model type build, it hurt me to see an elderly woman attempt to try to diminish another woman's worth because she doesn't have a huge backside. Women are all worthy and beautiful. This should never be allowed. I am signing this petition because I have been watching the show since the beginning, and it has went from sugar to SH it with Wanda on the show. She is being coached by her daughter, who is a coward with no backbone of her own. She allows her mom to do these things, knowing she is too scared to say it herself. She instigates her mom to do all her dirty work. Wanda must go, or we will not be watching the TV show anymore. Period. All caps. She is extremely too involved in others' lives. She's too old to cause this much drama. Comic relief not needed. Buffoonery embarrassing. Wanda need to get in her places. She's not her daughter's equal. She's a mother. Let me read that again. Wanda need to get in her place. She's not her daughter's equal. She's a mother. This she carry herself is no example for her grandkids. If she continues, I'm done. I wanted to see these power couple do some things. then on put someone's personal business in TV. Her behavior for any age or race is unacceptable, driving people to the point where they want to hurt each other mentally and physically by spewing lies and hatred is sad. Her services are no longer needed or tolerated by Felicia. She needs to go. Her actions disgust me. She acts as if her daughter is challenged in some way and can't speak or think for herself. She's messy, she has a reckless mouth, and quite frankly, she's irrelevant to the show. Too messy to be so old. This lady is problematic and makes the black business look ignorant. I'm signing because children is off limit. Her behavior for an adult woman, grandmother, and mother is very toxic. She has to go. Wanda is toxic. I cannot stand to watch her when she is on the show. I fast forward. Miss Wanda is an embarrassment to the show, the brand, and to all of the seasoned mothers. She should be imparting wisdom into these women, but instead, she chooses to stir up mess. She is going to cause someone to get seriously hurt. Her daughter needs to get a backbone and quit hiding behind Miss Wanda's messy self. I won't watch if she stays on. Wanda's behavior is beyond the pale. She needs to go. She needs to be removed ASAP. I agree with the petition. I am signing because Wanda is too much. She should keep children out of her mess. She is piss poor representation of a woman of color. I almost feel like her spineless daughter needs to go along with her. I totally agree. Miss Wanda needs to be removed. Her behavior is obnoxious and she doesn't represent the grandmothers of today. She needs to go and be an active grandmother to her grandkids. Wanda seeks attention on every room she walks in, good, bad, or ugly. She needs to go. Wanda is disrespectful and an embarrassment. Wanda is disgraced as a black mother and elder. She's a bad example of what a black woman is: tasteless, insecure, jealous, and evil. She needs to go work on herself and stop clout chasing for fame. She goes live and she says she's coming from church, but literally does everything the Bible says not to. Get this fake Christian off the show. The behavior is disgusting. We don't need anyone else degrading us and making us look bad. Please remove her. Please remove her. She has an opportunity to do something good, and all she wants to do is act ignorant. Is embarrassing. That's why nobody in the world expects black women, she should say, respects black women, because we don't respect ourselves. This woman is ignorant and a total embarrassment to civilized black women everywhere. She is too old to act as she does. Her behavior on the show is disgusting. She is a prime example that proves growing older does not mean growing up and becoming a wiser, mature adult. Send her ratchet gutter behind back to the streets where she belongs. And on that note, I'm tempted to sing, "Love lifts us up where we belong, on mountain high, where eagles fly." Well, not about that. Hope we get some love in here to make some changes. Wanda continues to spread destructive lies without considering the consequences of those who they will affect, from babies to the elderly. It's time for a change. Wanda is an embarrassment to all black women. She is a disgrace to the women who have fought so hard to portray positive images on screen. Her behavior has set our community back 100 years, and the sad part is she is too ignorant to realize the damage she is causing. She is a disgrace to black women everywhere. She does not act like a mother or a grandmother. She acts like a 15-year-old child. Please keep your network classy. Wanda is trashy. To be a mother and grandmother, she is a horrible representation of what this show was expected to be. I will no longer watch as long as she has any part in this show, including allowing Letitia to use her as a storyline. She has no business on a show that is supposed to celebrate black excellence. Going on social media about her own niece saying they were supposed to abort her. This lady is 40 years old now. Why, Wanda? Why? She is horrible. Wanda must go. She is negative. Period. Nothing about her is interesting or funny. I'm in full support of removing Wanda from the show. She is very ghetto, conniving, deceiving, and an outright liar. How did she even get on the show anyway? No class at all, and an embarrassment to the black community. Come on, Carlos. Do better. She could easily have been seen a matriarch, but instead she is an embarrassment. Not to mention her daughter is a part of the Divine Nine, which is completely not the standard of poise and grace. Your family is a reflection of you. Mic drop. It had to be a sorrow. I'm afraid that someone will get terribly hurt if Carlos and On do not take a stand. She is a mess. Wanda is immature and is an poor image of a mother with an adult daughter. Besides, Letitia uses her mother as a pit bull. I hope they do get rid of Letitia next. At first, it was good to see the success that those young black couples were taking. Then Martell did a lot of stupidness, all caps. But Miss Wanda is taking it all the way beyond redemption and turning it into a one-man show of sheer disrespect. She is a sad and bad image of black women, because she has single-handedly took the perception of African Americans back to the days of the Amos and Andy show, which was canceled due to negative stereotyping of African Americans in 1953. Wanda needs to go, and Tisha needs to put on her big girl underwear and take care of her business herself. Wanda is a despicable, disrespectful, low-class woman who has created a dangerous situation for the cast members, more particularly the main cast member and her young children, with threats of violence, slander, and lies. She is the head of her low-class family, and they are trying to hijack this show, turning it into trashy TV. Wanda has crossed so many boundaries, have been disregarded when it comes to Wanda, and as a viewer and a black woman, I can no longer continue to watch Wanda attack children and emotionally and verbally abuse a cast member who has done nothing to her but give her a platform to do something positive. If Wanda's family won't hold her accountable for all of the damage that she is doing, we, the viewers, and support this show, have the right to demand that she is held accountable by taking away her platform to spew her abuse and hate on a national global network. Since she is fine with attacking young children, how much lower can she go? Wanda needs to go. I'm signing because of her lies and slanderous behavior. Wanda Moore is not an example of black excellence, which what the show was to play. She is black ratchet at its worst. Talking about children is never acceptable, and her behavior is disgusting. Wanda needs to be removed from the show. I agree with everything in the petition. Miss Wanda needs to go. She brings negative energy to the show. I get standing up for your daughter, but let me read that again. I get standing up for your daughter, but she can do that without the negativity. She is also causing conflict in her daughter's marriage. Please end this drama with Miss Wanda now. Her English is awful. She is a nuisance and a horrible representation of what a mom is supposed to be. Be gone. She has changed the entire show. It's no longer inspiring. Her energy is not indicative of unity in the community. I have been a loyal fan of this show from day one. Mrs. Wanda has been tearing down these cast members from season one. From eyeing her daughter's husband ring finger when Maurice and Kimmy wedding dinner in Miami to now. She has gotten worse and always has something to say. I thought last season she was trying to be better when she tried to convince Melody to rethink her marriage to Martell. That was all BS. She is entertaining, but she has crossed the line when she, one, talked about those beautiful young ladies' hair, the M&M kids, and second, when she stated that Mel needs to find out who her baby daddy is. The entire world can see that all four of these kids are Mel and Martell. I like Miss Wanda, but enough is enough. Leave kids out. This is too much with the threats and attacks on children. Meanwhile, our world is suffering from this exact violence. It's an insult to entertaining TV. Please take her off. Causes confusion. She has no respect for anyone, especially her son-in-law. The show would be much better if she is off. We have to have better representation. I'm against talking negative about children. Black out Wanda. This might halfway save the show. I believe Wanda caused too much confusion. She is a disrespectful woman, and she adds nothing to the show but drama. She is sickening and embarrassing. Wanda is representation of the type of black woman I want to see on TV. She's not the type of representation. She is an embarrassment to black women and what the majority of us stand for. Wanda has been extremely distasteful and should be setting the higher standard as an elder on the show. Yet she always drunk and creating feuds season after season. Tisha is beyond weak, and her mom always feel the need to save, protect her, but that's the job of the weasel she married and keeps protecting who doesn't protect her or their kids. Otherwise, it wouldn't continually be an issue with infidelity before, during, and after Love and Marriage Huntsville. Viewers like or want some drama, but not geriatric style. I think she should be removed from the show. Any person that speaks Ebonics like she does needs to be silenced. It's not needed. Needs to get her own show about her husband and boyfriend. Bad hairstyles, bad grammar, bad attitude, bad behavior. Just all around bad and nasty. Get rid of this country clown. Wanda is an embarrassment to all people of color, especially black people. She has been given an important platform where she could have used it to uplift older women in Huntsville, be an inspiration to younger black women, and an inspirational support for a reality show that promotes a relatively young casting of castings of husbands and wives, which is often a rarity with reality shows. I'm sick of her old, miserable, bitter, lonely ASS. She's a cancer to the show, and I'm sick of her weak ASS daughter. I feel Wanda, as a mother, we want to protect our daughters and our sons. But she just takes it to another level, and I'm just tired of watching it. If Martell and Melody decide to get back together, that ain't nobody's DMN business, but theirs. Because we all going through stuff. One thing about us, that we fall when we always get back up. But if it is, she just took it too far calling all them batches this time. Wanda's behavior is disgraceful and disgusting. Keeping her on the show condones her actions and encourages others to behave as such. She sets a horrible example. She brings nothing but juvenile drama. It's disgusting and embarrassing. Bye, Miss Wanda. You too toxic and not good for your daughter's image. Toxic, 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 all caps. If I could sign 10 times, I would. She is beyond reality show messy and stepped into a bottomless hole of toxic. Successful couples, women and men can be shown. This is not needed. I think Wanda is very toxic to the show. Wanda has threatened violence. Wanda is embarrassing to own. Oprah doesn't watch this BS. She is toxic to everyone she touches, creating drama, and lying should not be a storyline. I'm reading the comments to let you know that it's not just signatures that are on this petition, but we also have a comment section added as well. And I'm reading you the comments that were on the website, thus providing you the commentary that is going along with the petition. Carlos King has done a disservice by allowing Wanda to bring down this show. It's one thing to have a chuckle over a couple of mispronounced words. However, this lady is toxic, mean-spirited, and very stereotypical. She doesn't deserve to be on the own channel. Wanda doesn't add anything to the storyline. Please remove this woman from the show. She is so disrespectful and is talking about little children. She is just horrible. Too old to act as she does. You can't enjoy watching the show for her unnecessarily drama. She's very disrespectful and a troublemaker. She's not good for the show. I'm signing because Wanda needs a third man because she's involved in everyone's relationship but her own. She lies, instigates, also promotes violence. For the first time on TV, on a show highlighted black families attempting to showcase real estate and helping minorities on TV. We do not need another ratchet show disparaging stereotyped TV show. There is a YouTube video of Wanda threatening to put hands on Melody, who is the show EP, and another male cousin who said, I have a GUN in my car and will use it. So in today's gun violence climate, we do not need another reminder of GUN control failure. Please sign to remove her or limit her involvement on this loved TV show. Signing because I am a couch potato. 2, I love reality TV. And 3, Wanda is trash and has gotten her family involved to the point that a full-grown man is riding around with a chopper for mayor. It's time for her to go. Wanda needs to go. Remove her and her daughter as well. Turn this into ghetto trash TV. With gradually chopping the comments down, there were a lot of comments, as you can see. More than her representation of black women, Wanda is a detriment to the universe at a time when our country is fraught with division, hate, violence, and excessive death by guns. Her glee in recounting, planning, or threatening violence has no place. Now she has brought a non-cast family member to join her in her assaults on peace. This family member can be heard referencing having a firearm in his car. Wanda's type of entertainment is a threat to public health, not entertaining. This post has captured my every thought of this person. I dare call her a woman. The sooner she goes, the better. Her behavior is shameful and a disgrace to the black community. She's very messy, not good for the show. 85 to 90% of Wanda's airtime portrays black women in a negative manner, and by her not being a cast member, her presence isn't required. Her behavior is what's expected by our counterparts and shouldn't be entertained, especially with it being on a black network and produced by a black man. Remove Wanda. I'm signing because Wanda is nasty, mean spirit, and dangerous towards children. She's a liability. Anytime you attack someone from the back, you will do anything unlawful. I fear for the children. She displays an unwarranted attitude that causes a lot of problems because she's messy and doesn't really have Tisha's best interests at heart. She just wants to be loud and seen. Wanda is too much and is just doing more harm than good. Given the climate in this country with all the senseless murders and the state of people's mental health, to make remarks about not having friends to fake but people to kill appears to be a direct threat and has crossed the line. I can no longer support this show. I pray for the safety of those around Wanda. She doesn't deserve a national platform to spew her venom and hate. It's time for this hateful woman to be off the show. Now, you all talk about this is reality TV. It's just a show. On the one hand, you want to act like it's not real, but in the next hand, you want to act like it's real. It's reality. So it's real. Part of reality is real. R-E-A-L, meaning in real time. Actually happened, actually thinking, actual thoughts. Not scripted. Non-scripted. So, pay attention. She causes too much drama. She needs to go. Wanda is a negative impact and doesn't deserve a public platform. She's hateful. Wanda is a disgrace to black women, especially older black women. Matter of fact, get all the Scots removed. There's too many of them on the show, period, including Destiny. Bring in new cast members. Wanda is no longer entertaining. I stopped laughing last season. With the gun violence as prevalent as it is, for Wanda to make threats, it is dangerous. Her false accusations on toddlers' paternity is a new low and cause high chaos. Wanda needs to be removed from this show. She have no filter. It is not entertainment. The disrespect, ratchetness is overwhelming. Someone will get hurt seriously. Remove her before careers and brands are ruined forever. Jealousy is a dangerous thing. The disrespecting the mayor, the threats to mayor, name calling, and speaking on children. And don't forget the lies. Hopefully, Carlos and others will boot her off with her food truck. Please, before someone get hurt. She lies too much and keeps up too much mess. I thought she was funny at times, but she is causing division among the cast. She should advise the younger cast members with wisdom, advise and support instead of trying to be in their space as one of them. I've been watching since day one. I would like to see positive things happen in Huntsville that the cast can collectively or individually accomplish to better the community. Stop the bull. This woman's ignorant toxicity should not have a public platform, period. She's a loudmouth battle axe that needs her butt kicked. Since no one will, she needs to be off of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Again, we're taking a little break right now. Please hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. Also hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel. Again, we're talking about the petition to have Miss Wanda removed from the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. This is commentary based on those comments in the comments section of that petition. Thank you. Don't forget now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. She's too old to be acting the way she does. This is not good television. Being a bully, especially when children are involved, is not okay. If Carlos King doesn't want to do anything about it, then we should cancel him and his show. Anything for ratings is not the answer. Not only is Wanda too disrespectful to almost everyone except Letitia and Maurice, but stating she beat another grown-up is hideous. If her lie was true, why has she not been removed from the show and is arrested for assault and battery? I salute this petition for the removal of Miss Wanda from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hashtag Wanda must go. I just heard that a relative of hers has mentioned that they have a GUN and Miss Wanda saying that she can talk about children and whomever else. She has no class and no respect for people or herself. It's just not acceptable. And I'm older than her. Poor example to show her daughter on TV. Really, I have no respect for Miss Wanda. She is too old for this mess. The show be good when she not on there. As a grown adult, she does not need to be acting that way. And all those cast members could be her children. She needs to grow up. Wanda is a disgrace to black women. Please take her off TV. Attacking young children is the lowest of it all. We need to demand better representation on these reality shows. We get that same drama. No, we get that some drama is expected. However, Wanda is the constant antagonist. She does not deserve a nationwide platform to spew her ignorance. Her behavior is embarrassing. It's not funny like she is thinking, making herself look like a clown with no life of her own. Why is she always around her daughter circle? She is not happy and has a jealous spirit. She hates Mel because she wishes Tisha was on her level. Again, these are comments coming from the Change.org website under the petition to Wanda on the show portrays black women in such a negative light that plays to negative stereotypes. Why? As a black woman, I don't want to have this given a platform. Miss Wanda is ratchet, hood rat. No. Miss Wanda is a ratchet hood rat that doesn't belong on television. Wanda needs to go. I'm signing because she is an embarrassment to the African Americans that are watching the show. She is negative and had no positive storyline. Carlos King had allowed her to be a cancer to the show. If she continues to be on the show, I have no choice but to boycott it. She has got to go period, all caps. Disgrace and a bad representation of black women. If she stays on, I'll be turning off. Oprah should definitely intervene and get her off. Enough of her bad behavior. I don't know why y'all keep waiting on Oprah. She's too old and uninteresting. Wanda is messy and needs to mind her business. All the kids are adorable, and I feel she continued to cross the line by bringing the children up. It's even sad that she's a grandma. It's never entertaining when you deliberately talk about kids. The kids in question are already going through enough BS. That's not love, and having a boyfriend on the side is not an ideal of emphasizing she's married. It's not a marriage either. She is the definition of a jealous older woman. It's bad enough that some youth are disrespectful, but having an ignorant older person who involves themselves in younger people's business and makes it worse than it has to be is ridiculous and too toxic for my taste. When you and your family start talking about killing people and having a chopper, it's time for Little Mary Huntsville to intervene. Your entire family is gutter. No one would know any of you if it wasn't for Melody and Martell. You are all jealous and ungrateful. You do not deserve what Melody did for you. Wanda and Tisha need to be off the show. Mel, make it, Mel, take it away. Carlos, the jealousy for Melody has gotten out of hand. We're going to get ready to go into another little break. And we're going to see you on the fly. Oh, we're back to the comments. So let's get rolling. We got about 20 or so more to go. Pages, I mean, not comments, because there are numerous comments on each page. Okay, let's go. Wanda is an embarrassment. She is ruining the show. She needs to step away from Tisha and let her live her life. I'm signing because Wanda might be good for old lady gang, but she is a mess meddling in her daughter's issues who should speak and act on her own. I'm over Wanda and we are in the same age group. This lady is disgusting. Please remove her from this show. It is so embarrassing to watch her. She is the epitome of every horrible stereotype that they try to pin on every black person. This is beyond irresponsible to have her on a show. Male and intelligent, loving wife and mother with a strong business acumen had the foresight to broadcast the brilliant minds of black couples whom had the drive to dominate a predominantly white male business and make it their own. In 4 years, this degenerate named Wanda doesn't deserve the respect the myth, turned black entrepreneurship into a mockery filled with ignorance and degrading family values for her own selfish 15 minutes of fame. She must be dismissed. Wanda need tone to Wanda need to dissolve from Love and Marriage Huntsville because she is a very nasty, messy, disrespectful being. She is an embarrassment for a woman. Once children are being disparaged and violence with firearm is being threatened against castmates by this gutter snipe and her family members, things have taken a low and extremely dangerous turn. Her antics on the show are not amusing. They portray and embody the most negative, illiterate, vile example of tropes of what black women are. This is 2022. This woman cannot be given a spotlight to continue with her destructive behavior. Carlos King should be ashamed of himself for encouraging her by praising this horrible behavior and claiming she is the best reality TV mom. She is not the best of anything except being a disgrace to womanhood. Get her off our screens. It's Love and Marriage Huntsville and not Love and Hip Hop. Wanda is beyond toxic. In every episode, she is starting crap. She brings absolutely nothing positive to the show. She is really a disgrace to what a mature parent is, and even more of a disgrace of what a sane human is. She definitely not needed or wanted on the show, especially with her violent actions and attitude. Now, I'm glad Miss Wanda got a thick skin because all of these comments are something else. I'm her age, and I started watching the show with my granddaughter as a vehicle to show her what young black success looks like. Even with the whole situation, you still see black love pushing through. This woman constantly speaks about killing on her lives. Just last night, she spoke of a coroner's wagon. My granddaughter has never had any conflict in school with anyone, and I'd like to keep it that way. Oprah has an amazing, undefiled image. My granddaughter chose to play her in a church production. This woman is leaving a permanent stain on a legacy. Leave those babies and young people alone. I'm your age, educated and employed. Come and let me help you with some speech lessons. You can fill your time more positively than just being messy. By all means, please get back on your side of those tracks. This lady is a troublemaker, and she has no business in Love and Marriage Huntsville. She's a detriment to the show and storyline, stirring up trouble, but always get her hand out. Got her hand out. Wanda is disgusting to insult someone's small, innocent child. Wanda, God don't like ugly, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Miss Wanda is dangerous and reckless. When you come and talk about people, kids, ghetto, disrespectful, this show on was not for this trash bucket lady. The show was for black-owned business, turned into ghetto trash. What Wanda up there, I would stop watching the show. Fighting is enough going on around this world than to keep fighting each other. Sad. Yes, get her off the show. She is an embarrassment to black women. There is one thing to stand up for your children, but another to just be messy and trashy for no reason. If she said anything publicly about a child that is damaging, as she has alleged to have done, she needs to be removed. She is not funny, it's just pitiful and sad. Letitia and Marceau should be mortified. She is an embarrassment to black women. There is one thing to stand up for your children, but another to just be messy and trashy for no reason. I believe she said that, so wrote that twice. So I will not repeat it. I will move on. Miss Wanda is causing a lot of drama to the show. She needs to learn how to agree and disagree respectfully, and she don't. So it's time for her to leave the show. She needs to go. God said go. She isn't the right image for OWN. Protect black women image at all costs. Wanda has continued to speak ill of Melody, Cherie, and Martell's daughters. That is not acceptable. Minors are off limits. I'm signing this petition because I think it's a dirty shame how Wanda Moe conducts herself on Love and Marriage Huntsville. She is classless, ignorant, and disrespectful to the other classmates. They meant castmates. They should not have to deal with her mess. She needs to go too, dang. Ghetto. She's dangerous. I'm embarrassed every time Wanda speaks. She truly needs to learn how to communicate in a more comprehensive manner. She is, in my opinion, overbearing, rude, loud, uneducated, and distasteful. That's what the commenter wrote. Her behavior is offensive and wants threatening physical abuse. She is a bully. I don't care for the lady. All too messy, causes too much conflict, taken away from the actual show. She needs to go. This is no longer entertaining. It was once fun laughing at her. Now it's unbearable. And no matter how she spins, whether or not she was talking about their children, we as viewers should tune her out and take the Scots with her. They are all very toxic. This comment, this is my opinion now, this comment shows that a lot of times you think people are laughing with you and they be laughing at you. Okay, let me go on. The African American community is embarrassed, period, with a T. Other races love all that she brings and are very entertained. I look at Carlos King more than I do Wanda, and he obviously doesn't really support our community. This saddens me more than I realized. She way too old to be this messy. The way she uses her daughter's storyline as hookbait is sick. Got to go. When you speak on innocent children that has nothing to do with what adults' arguments, that's where I draw the line. You are ignorant, and I have no respect for you, and I don't want to see you on my TV screen. We are sick of you. Wanda is too much drama and need to be gone. She is too ignorant and needs to go. She is violent and shouldn't discuss kids in a negative way, whether it be their hair or paternity. Disgusting. She needs to stay out of everyone's business. Children are off limits. Miss Wanda talk about people's children and make no mistake. She doesn't care. Male do not deserve that. She bring kids up in her madness. Such a negative spirit. Her behavior presents negative role model for people of color. Wanda is exhausting and annoying to tolerate. It's bad enough. Subtitles are needed to decipher what she is saying. Black mothers to what we do for our children, but with dignity, class, and respect. Wanda is not doing that. She has taken a show that started out being something worth watching, but now is like a love and hip hop drama that mature black folks don't care to watch anymore. If her daughter can't take up for herself, then she needs to stop acting like she is about it. This ignorant woman, Wanda and her daughter, keep attacking children. We the people need to stop watch this show until they remove her. Any degradation against young innocent children should not be tolerated. I'm utterly disgusted by what the OWN network has celebrated. The threat of violence against Melody Holt, the Scots creating a hostile environment in front of millions, sends the message that as long as it's entertainment, but families would be sacrificed the name of Carlos King. This is beyond gut wrenching. It's my hope the right person, executive with integrity, sees this petition and takes it very serious. Wanda has to go. Causes too much poison vibes. And Destiny too. Please remove her as well. Wanda is a disaster and disrespect person. It's time. Yes, it's embarrassing for this woman to be on TV acting like a teenage hood rat, and she has to go. She is too old to be that messy, same age my mom, and she would never. She need to go. Wanda is toxic and not the African American mother representation we would like to display. She is over the top, ghetto, and not needed for the show's success. She's probably making you lose viewers. She too much confusion to the show. She is an embarrassment to the black community. She needs to put all that energy into getting some adult speech therapy. She is a cancer to the show that needs to go. She talks about people's kids. She has her family members threatening people on the show. She keeps a mess. She starts the confusion. Her daughter's in her 40s and she's her protector. She wants to be the queen of the show. No class. Hate and violence should not be promoted. And we do not condone any hate or threatening of hate or violence. She is a horrible mother and role model for her grandchildren. She is disrespectful, ghetto, and very aggressive. She thinks she's bad until somebody pop her in the mouth. Then she is going to want to press charges. And folks need to stop putting Miss in front of her name because she doesn't deserve that level of respect. Someone is going to get hurt. It's sad and embarrassing. Not going to watch. Please remove her. She is so toxic. I do not like or want to watch her. Please, please take her off. Wendy is disgusting. I guess she mean Wanda. Her ratchet behavior isn't funny. She needs to be off the show. This was not the basis of this show. Can we have a show not showing this level of messiness all the time? Please leave the children out of the drama. Wanda is too old and too toxic for the show. To brag about attacking someone in front of their kids is so disrespectful. She's got to go. She has no respect for the other castmates, just mean and nasty. She promotes ghetto mama drama. Messy, messy, messy. I'd love to keep watching the show in hopes that folks can reconcile, but I won't with her staying a part of the cast. She's chaotic and tacky. She's ignorant and has no business on television. The fact that she just talks and don't comprehend is how we got here, because she has no filter. Either she goes or the viewers. So let me insert right here. So the viewers, in essence, are threatening to stop watching the show if Wanda stays, provide a blackout, and they're threatening to avoid watching probably any of his other shows, from what I'm gathering for on this comments. Let's go on. She is a disgrace, uncouth, toxic, ghetto, loudmouth, and a detriment to Carlos King's brand. Also, she needs to go just for those hairstyles. I would not continue to watch if she is on. I'm sick of her ghetto behavior towards the other members. She is beyond annoying. She doesn't fit the show. She doesn't fit the show. I am signing this petition because I don't agree with the negativity that Ms. Wanda brings to the show. She's not showing herself in a good light at all. She needs to stay off of going live too. Pure foolishness. Wanda is embarrassing to black people. She talks and acts country, uneducated, and is stupid. She looks clownish. Why isn't her daughter embarrassed? Not a good look for own. She is embarrassing for those that live in that area and the stereotype of black people everywhere. She is a horrible person and treats people like garbage. Wanda casts a very bad and disturbing look on women, especially older women. She brings nothing to the table but gossip and hearsay. Bye, Wanda. Miss Wanda is awful, and I can't watch the show with her on it anymore. When her cousin talk about getting a chopper, which is a GUN, too old to be fighting her daughter fight and causing problems. She does not deserve a platform where married black couples are showing positive, successful side that a lot of people have not seen in their lives. Send her to Love and Hip Hop. Enough is enough. She's not needed. I'm signing this not only because Wanda was wrong, but also so that her daughter can learn to have her own voice. I can't believe Carlos King has allowed this show to go so low. A show created by Melody to show black couples in business. I understand ratings, but this is too ghetto. Tisha and her mom is from the projects. This can get real ugly. They need to find other couples to film the show. Wanda and the Scotts need to be recast. Recast. Team male. Finally a team male in the chat. Toxic people like Wanda Moore Leaf create have chaos, point fingers, shift blame, and avoid taking responsibility for her action. Wanda Moore Leaf adds no value in quotations to the show or our lives. She needs to be removed. Wanda is a violent, embarrassing mess, and we don't need her old school ghetto drama on the show. Because Wanda is ghetto, meaning ghetto, and needs to go. My aunt says she has to go. She's messy and needs to go. Bye, boo. Laughing out loud. She is toxic. Wanda is ignorant, negative, and a liar who speaks poorly about other folks' children. Wanda and her crew, family, as well as Carlos King, Messy, AWSS, need to go. Carlos allows this toxic behavior. It's degrading to African Americans, shines a negative stereotype behavior of black women. I'm so sick of her. I've started watching the next day so I can fast forward past her part. She's playing messy and ghetto and embarrassment to black folks. I'm so sick of her. She's felt so passionate about it, she wrote it twice. She should have been gone a long time ago. Shame on you, Carlos King. She was kept on this show for laughs. Instead, she made a big fool out of herself. This woman is destroying the show. It's time for her to go. This is sad. Unacceptable behavior. She takes away from the positivity in the show. One that's gotten a little bit of fame and doesn't know how to handle it. Her behavior and pettiness are horrible to watch as a mother. I'm signing because the person named is toxic and needs to be removed for the safety of all those in her toxic views. I don't like watching her on my TV screen talking about people, kids, lying and causing chaos in her own daughter's life. Wanda and her family are loud, embarrassing, and ridiculous, just like her clothes, shoes, and eyeshadow. If we wanted to see a clown, we would go to the circus. She's too old for this. People think this is how black females act, and you're showing them that we do. Remove her, please. I signed because I want her off the show. That's not what black people are all about. Fighting and calling each other bitches. We are smart and educated. I truly agree when it gets to her and her daughter bringing their backcountry ghetto routes to the show. It's sickening to watch. I can tolerate Marceau more than Tisha and Wanda. Tisha promotes Wanda's shenanigans. Maybe a whole new couple and just remove Marceau, Tisha, and Wanda. They are just too toxic for the show. One thing I do know, if Wanda doesn't go, I'm gone. She's a disgrace to our culture of black mothers, grandmothers, aunts, and sisters. She's a disgusting hood rat gutter snipe. I don't want her kind on my TV, especially representing us. Keep it up, Carlos, and your career will get the same ending you had on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Bye. Get this hood rat off my screen, and she can take her simpleton daughter with her. Oh boy, it's getting really hard in the comments. Again, we're taking a little break right now. Please hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel. Again, we're talking about the petition to have Miss Wanda removed from the Love and Marriage Unfilled cast. This is commentary based on those comments in the comments section of that petition. Thank you. Don't forget now, hit the like button Hit the subscribe button. She is very disrespectful and very irrelevant. Her storyline is being stupid. Who does that? Wanda is unnecessarily messy, disrespectful, classless, and a bully. She's a very insecure woman, and I feel sorry for anyone who looks to her for anything pertaining to being a woman. The epitome of trash. The question is, can't shine with clouds in the way. What? The sun can't shine with clouds in the way. Please remove Wanda from the show to talk about children. It's ridiculous. Carlos and on network, this is a liability. She was in a car talking about Mel can her a called her a B, and they were talking about machine GUNS. You are liable if something happened to any of your cast members, period. It's deplorable to give this ignorant woman a platform. She serves no purpose to the show. We can clearly see she was raised on the other side of the tracks. Not Marceau. Wanda's behavior has changed my view of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I stopped watching Love and Hip Hop because of the negative behavior of the cast members. I intentionally do not watch reality shows like Love and Hip Hop or Basketball Wives due to their negative violence. Her behavior is an embarrassment to black women of a certain age. She is a toxic and ignorant. She is turning the show into negative. Who started this false narrative that we do not want to see black excellence? This forced ghetto drama is too much. Focus more on them running their businesses. She's a disgusting person, and she talks negatively about children. We don't need her as a representation of black women on TV. Toxic. She has no respect for her daughter, Tisha. Oppose her and don't. Okay, let me read that again. She has no respect for her daughter. Tisha oppose her and don't even see that. I'm signing because as black women or people, we shouldn't bring each other down. That's a part of the problem in our community. How do we expect anyone outside of us to take us seriously or respect us if we continue to feed into the stereotypes? This woman is an embarrassment to black mothers everywhere and should not be allowed to spread this ridiculous behavior to anyone, especially on a national platform. Wanda Moore is the antithesis of what Love and Marriage Huntsville was supposed to be about. Black love, black excellence, black unity. She has done as much to pull the show down as Martell Holt's indiscretions. I'm signing because I don't like the ignorance she brings to the show. Wanda is a menace. I don't think that uneducated, ignorant project women like Wanda should be allowed to talk lies and ghetto rhetoric on a network like OWN. There was a vision of black excellence. This woman is a menace. Her thirst for fame is extremely annoying, and what she said about Melody's father is disgusting. I feel Wanda is being violent, instigating violence, harming children, provoking the cast, not setting a good example for younger women, and making it impossible for her granddaughters, her daughter, and women under her in general to look up to her. She is embarrassing women her age who are respectable, which takes respect away from older women. She goes too far and doesn't use her discretion for her actions or what comes out of her mouth, which is very irresponsible. Some drama and a little fun is fine, but she goes way too far acting as if she's a child herself. I fear someone is going to get hurt behind her actions and words. Also, she could lower ratings for the show. By that chick is drama and can hardly pronounce the words she is saying. She is fighting her daughter's battles while playing a role in breaking up her daughter's marriage. If her daughter mad at Melody, she should be equally mad at her nosy mother. Like, blah, she is annoying me. She brings absolutely no value to the show. She is messy and chaotic and an embarrassment. She is not funny nor witty, but ignorant. And for Carlos to say she is the most influential mother on the show is a slap to the real upstanding mothers on that show and who supports it. Carlos, do better by the black community. We deserve better than Wanda. She's a huge liability. Miss Wanda is not what I want to see on reality TV. Miss Wanda is a black grandmother in 2022. Despite the fact we're coming off the heels of the Me Too movement, to see Miss Wanda on the show and on social media exhibiting hatefulness, bullying, lying, slander, she's just a mean, negative person all day, every day. When it comes to Miss Wanda making derogatory comments of the cast members, children under the age of 12 years old, that is despicable. I have never seen anything like it. I was appalled. I definitely don't want to see Miss Wanda on reality TV. Just simply not a good look. Behavior is out of control. She can keep that mess in Huntsville and not on TV. I'm signing because she needs to be removed now. Her storyline is too disruptive and is taken away from the development of really meaningful storylines of the cast. Her jealousy is ridiculous, and the discussion of children and their paternity should be avoided. I watched from Trinidad and Tobago, but I am no longer interested in her storyline. She needs to be replaced or honed in so she can be less disruptive. Yeah, she's worse than some of the moms on Love and Hip Hop. Because I'm old enough to be her mother and her behavior is despicable. She is an imbecile. She's too messy, and the threats from the ghetto family is a mess. She's causing problems. The show is not about her. I'm tired of the chronic abuse and harassment displayed on the show. Wanda is truly ignorant, and she turned the show into a love and hip hop type of show. Remove Wanda. She be doing too much. Wanda and Letitia need to go. They need to sit in a therapy session and remove themselves from television until they have addressed their childhood trauma. Clearly, Wanda grew up poor and undereducated. It's time for her to distinguish herself as a woman of high standards, as she so frequently says she is. I believe she and Letitia can learn from this experience and rebound as better individuals. For now, they need to go. Get them off television. Both are toxic. Wanda has shown she has no respect for boundaries. She has also consistently made threats to other cast members that cannot be taken lightly. Her actions and lack of intelligence is the same an embarrassment to the black community. Her ignorance is not an excuse for her actions. She is so disrespectful and too old to be acting like that. Bye, Wanda. She is a poor example as a mother. She's so disrespectful in many ways, but no one holds her accountable. No one. One is too old to be acting like a fool. She's classless and ignorant. As an avid watcher of the show and a huge black entrepreneur supporter, there's no way we can continue to allow this woman to prosper off of black destruction and negativity. She has disrespected herself, her daughter, who I feel should have stepped in, but she can't even control herself, so it's no way she can control her mother. However, we the viewers have watched Wanda take her disrespect to such a level that someone is bound to get hurt physically. OWN needs to reflect back to when reality TV met reality on the Jenny Jones show and a fatality occurred. I say all this to say, let's be proactive so we are not here later discussing a crime that took place and prevent it now. Wanda must go. Please remove Wanda. Guys, we're getting closer toward the end. Wanda is a disease that keeps spreading. This grown old woman is coming for innocent children like she has a beef with them. Her problem is jealousy with the parent, and her obsession with their mother is extreme. Any grown person that comes for kids in such a slanderous, bullying way is just evil, plain and simple. She's actually one of the main reasons I no longer watch the show. This level of ignorance should not have a platform at all, and it's shameful how this show is allowing it for ratings. Just done. Too aggressive towards the cast members and others. Wanda is pure negativity. She has no place in this show other than to create havoc. And now she is bringing along her negative friends, relatives, to spew more poison. She is awful, and her insecurities display her completely immature nature. Had she not been included in this class, she would be screaming, yelling, and cussing in the neighborhood where she fits in, unfortunately. Send her home and removing this poison before it spreads. This woman is an awful person, and she doesn't have any good intentions. I'm signing this petition because I agree Wanda's behavior is unacceptable. It's a beautiful show. However, that lady brings nothing but negativity. Wanda, horrible. Wanda and her daughter Tisha have brought a dark cloud over this show. It started out as one thing and has turned into another. Remove this uncouth, non-English speaking woman from the show. Carlos King has a lot to answer for if she continues to wreck this show. I'm signing this petition because of the constant attacks of the M&M kids. Her behavior with castmates is disrespectful. I'm signing because she has actually turned this show into love and hip-hop Huntsville. I've never seen someone mother who is happy that she starts mess and don't care, and Letitia is comfortable of her mother's action. And hatred that Letitia and her mom have for Mel is toxic. Let's return the show to normalcy, please. I'm signing because she has no remorse, and her behavior is disgusting. No child's birth status should not have been discussed by anyone other than the mother, who are the advertisers for this show. I'm tired of hearing and seeing this hateful person. I've asked the producer to get rid of her. I've stopped watching the show. Please find her another show to ruin, please. Tired of a grown female with childish ways speaking on people's children. She needs to go and never return. Wanda live after the fight showed me the hate she has in her heart for some people on the show. She mentioned kill, so that lets me know if put in any situation she would seriously hurt someone. Wanda is foul and old, trying to protect an old AZZ woman that married with 3 children. And speaking on somebody's child, that's BS. She's a nasty troublemaker who needs to get hooked on her phonics. I'm sick of hearing her voice. Wanda is bringing down the quality of the show. Also, her talking or saying anything about kids should be off limits. Then it's not a good look to cuss Wanda out in defense because she old, because she is too toxic. This woman is a huge misrepresentation of a black woman who happens to be a grandmother. It is bad that we are looked upon in this society as a negative light, and she's doing everything to prove and show how other races think of black women, black people, period. This show started out as something worth watching. Now it is just a hot mess. And in a honesty, downright ghetto. You have a daughter that cannot talk to her mother to tell her to stop her ignorant ASS ways. Yet she, the daughter, wants to worry about what people say about her husband. Get this crazy, bad built ebooks talking butt off the DAMN show. I get protecting your daughter. But if your needs to fight her own battles, she start not put out fires caused by her mother. I'm so glad she is not my mother. Totally embarrassment to her whole family and the black community. Not good for anyone TV, but not surprised either. Wanda is the reason why I stopped watching. Queens uplift each other, not tear one another down. You'd expect more from the elders. Clearly, maturity doesn't come with age, and it's sad to see a queen that has the means to be recognized by millions focus so much hate on a person and their innocent child, and allow a family member to threaten GUN violence, as we have so much happening in this world with GUN violence, was just an all-time low. Self-worth and self-respect clearly isn't being displayed. She can't clean this up. The world saw and heard her harsh and vulgar comments containing to that baby. No matter how she will try and twist the narrative, the damages have been done. A parent is the only source a child had to keep them sheltered and will do anything to protect their child and children for the second time. I'm tired of seeing a 60-plus-year-old woman down our black children. It's hard enough for black women and girls in general. Then you have a grandmother talking about children. A grandmother is supposed to be loving and supportive of children. She does not like anyone to talk about her 30-plus old child. So the same courtesy should be given to other parents. It's not funny or cute for her to continue to spread lies and down other women the way she does. Maybe she is actually talking about herself. The show has gone too far to the left. It's not her show, and she's trying to steal it. Her negative mouth is foul, and she's making mothers, grandmothers looks bad. We don't need that type of activity on the show. We as people should be setting the examples. We're not supposed to act like that. She is despicable, reprehensible, and disgusting. Wanda is a disgrace to all mature black queens and dignified blacks in general. There is too much poison and hatred coming out of her mouth. She stirs up violence through her lies. Her equally hateful daughter uses her as her representative to cover her pretense. Wanda brings the show down. The show is supposed to show young black women and men being successful, in which they are. Wanda is pure ghetto. She brings the show down. She brings so much negativity and embarrassment to this show. I cringe every time she speaks or comes on. Wanda is an evil, vile, and disgusting person. I receive secondhand embarrassment every time she opens her mouth. The nasty words that spews from her mouth regarding children and the other people on the show is unacceptable. I am tired of seeing this development delayed, overgrown adult stuck in arrested development. That part. This character is problematic and uses her elder position to escape accountability for her words and actions. This woman is an embarrassment to the show. There has to be a line drawn on any reality show to assure that the broadcast does not welcome violence and awful behavior. Because if that kind of behavior is supported, it overshadows the excellence of cast members and are making a difference in the world. Wanda's behavior is despicable, unprofessional, the name calling and speaking of cast members' children is unexpectedly, she is the epitome of a liar. As a great grandmother and a devout and loyal viewer of OWN, I find her behavior contemptible. The red flag that has really bothered me in her relative threatening on a live to take Mel out if she takes Wanda to court. This is unacceptable and no longer entertainment. Please pay attention to your cast members who makes threats or their relatives. Wanda is an embarrassment to this show. We as black women want to see people who represent us in a positive light. She is taking us backwards. She's too old to act the way she does. She is no longer entertaining. She has gone too far, and she looks and acts foolish. In the beginning, I thought that I was watching a show about young black people building up Huntsville. Lo and behold, it took a left. I loved the cast, so I continued watching. Well, it got worse with them airing their lives, but still watching. Wanda got worse. I just can't with her, and if she's not removed, I will remove myself. If there's a next season, can we get more shows that truly reflect us in a positive light? So many people are appalled by her behavior and antics. There are more seniors who watch the show than you know. We've come too far as a people to let Wanda continue to tar our image. She may be Tisha's mother, but if she's not around with that foolishness, maybe, just maybe, Tisha might grow up. Wanda is a menace to the Love and Marriage Huntsville show. She has overstepped boundaries on many occasions. She has even had a particular family member who is known to be her cousin make verbal threats of harm with a deadly weapon, specifically a gun, towards a particular cast member while on Instagram Live. She needs to be removed from the show. Wanda is a horrible example and holds absolutely no purpose on the show other than to bring pointless drama. It's making the show seem like they are reaching for ratings. She brings too much drama to the show, and no other cast family is getting as much airtime as her messy drama-filled self. She is embarrassing to all older black women. I can't take a grown 57-year-old bitter woman bullying a young 36-year-old woman with 4 children. Talking about her children is the bottom for me. She needs to know we the people will not tolerate it. The constant berating of Melody Hope from this old woman is disgusting. She did a live, and you can tell they producers talked to her. She started off saying, "We're not talking about nobody." Then she got back on her live and talked about Sugar Mama again, but this time she tried to justify. The class and quality of Love and Marriage Huntsville has declined greatly since the show originally began in 2019. When the show was introduced, I was excited because it displayed an excellence that isn't really spotlighted in media. I am embarrassed that I recommended this show to my nieces, and within the last year, I've had to reach out and advise them to no longer watch, since the show displays behavior and ghetto-ness that I don't want them exposed to. The decline of the show began when Wanda was introduced. She is uneducated, insufferable, and displays each and every negative stereotype of African American women. I am disappointed in the direction of this show has taken and can no longer support. She needs to go. Wanda displays a behavior that we, the fans of this show, don't want to see. She has called women of color monkeys and the B word. Wanda has talked about males' kids. She shows hate and jealousy. One has even brought her cousin on her live to say he has GUNs and ready for mail. Her daughter is boosting this up and condoning this bad behavior. One is not a good fit and should be off this show. One is not funny. Carlos, please. Her behavior can't be worth ratings because I promise you, as long as she is up there, we will not watch. This is our last break before the final comments. I'm gonna need you to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to this channel. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is the last break on the discussion of the petition for the remove Wanda from the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. And these are comments based on the website change.org. Comments in their website. Thank you for joining me. We'll talk to you later. Miss Wanda is declassifying the show. If she continues to be on the show, I will no longer watch the show. Wanda Phonics Unhooked has to go. Has no respect for the people on the show. Only sees her daughter and son-in-law. Everybody else she has something derogatory to say, and she does not add any value to the show. Because she is a disgrace to older women, black women, and just disgraceful, disrespectful, ghetto, ratchet, jealous, and just complete hot mess. Please remove her ASAP. Adds no value to the show. I am in total support of this originator. As a fan, I am disgusted with this portrayal of supposed black professionals. Love and Marriage Huntsville has spiraled rather quickly to ratchet behavior. I will not continue to support this kind of degradation with my viewership. We must demand better representation. Wanda Moore Leaf is an uneducated, ghetto older woman that adds nothing but chaos on this show that is supposed to show black excellence. She is not wanted or needed. She causes chaos almost cast members and shows ratchetness on the show and to other cast members. She also goes after cast members' small children to cause division almost amongst the cast members. This type of behavior is not acceptable to a network like OWN to showcase black entrepreneurs and excellence in a positive, uplifting light. Wanda Moore Leaf is a darkness to that light. Please remove Wanda Moore Leaf from this show, Love and Marriage Huntsville and Network. We will not continue to watch this network or show if Wanda is not removed. Wanda is not a positive representation of a mature, inspiring elder. She does nothing but incite hatred and violence. She offers zero respect and doesn't possess an ounce of accountability, decency, or intellectual capacity. She's an embarrassment and a detriment to the black community. Violence and being too dang old and messy is the reason for signing the petition. Okay. She is a disgrace for older women and mothers around the world, and she also promotes violence, which could ultimately cause great harm to those that she feels is a threat. I am signing because, in my opinion, Ms. Wanda Moore Leaf has proven time and again she's totally out of place on the show. No ifs, ands, or buts. Wanda needs to be removed ASAP. She brings nothing but drama and confusion to the cast. If she continues to stay on, then I will no longer watch, and I know a lot of people feel the way I do in regards to her. She's a bad example of an older human being. Wanda is a disgusting person. She is very mean with a foul mouth and spread lies. She is a disgrace to our image and needs to be taken off the show. She's an embarrassment and disgrace to the African American race, to women, mothers, and children. Her insatiable desire to cause violence is a constant goal of hers, and she makes every effort to make sure that she displays a negative image that doesn't represent the best of the African American race. Why is Miss Wanda the bully so ignorant and disrespectful on national television? It has to be for OWN's ratings. It's sad to see the image of the black woman shown in this light. I'm sorry that the show has come to this. She's too disrespectful. She's a bully. She's dangerous and is going to get someone hurt or killed with her antics. I'm going to stop watching and will encourage my colleagues employees, family, and social media to boycott the show until she's gone. She's violent and very disrespectful. No class. Hurts her daughter. Not a good look for the show. Remove her. She is too reckless with her mouth and has done nothing but brought the show down this season. Wanda is an endless problem. She needs to be silenced. Because her behavior is disrespectful and become unbecoming of a woman her age, I wish it would stop, or I'm no longer watching. Talking about a young child is a no-no, Wanda. Is too old to carry on like this. The other mothers do carry themselves and talk in a respectful way. I'm tired of her distasteful ghetto mess. She's an embarrassing. She's disgusting and vile. Doesn't bring any value to the show. One is an embarrassment to the show, and her behavior may be entertaining to some people who are laughing at her, but she's constantly threatening other people and wanting to cause physical harm. Her boasting about physically assaulting Melody Holt should be the last straw. She should be charged with assault. Her daughter, Letitia Scott, uses her mother to be her mouthpiece and do her dirty work. But Wanda causes discord between the other team members. When will Carlos King finally say that this is not okay? If Wanda stays, they will lose viewers, including me, because I will not support their behavior. Wanda is a cyber bully. She takes things too far on and off the show. She repeats things that don't always be true and has no limits to what comes out of her mouth. Talking about any child's paternity is out of line and disrespectful when she knows it is not true. She is truly a disgusting person and she needs to be removed from the show expeditiously. Wanda brings no substance to the show. Wanda is ultimately sickening. Wanda's behavior is an embarrassment to black women, especially grandmothers. Children are off limits, period. Our kids have so many obstacles and challenges. We don't need an old woman adding to it. Wanda is a 60-year-old it starter. She making black grandma look crazy out here. She needs to be stopped. When she comes around, she's always in somebody's face. I'm just sick and tired of her. She's taken away from the show. Wanda needs to be fired off the show. She's making mothers, grandmothers, women, and the black culture look bad, period. Like the old saying goes, an empty wagon makes a lot of noise. Wanda needs to go. Wanda is an embarrassment to women everywhere. I don't think she brings anything but trouble to the show and danger to the cast. She needs to go. She is very spiteful and hateful. I'm signing because her behavior is absolutely egregious. She not only puts black people back due to her illiterate language, poor grammar, and ignorance, but black women as a whole causing problems on the show that could be detrimental and dangerous to not only children, but also her own grandchildren and family members. She is the opposite of what I would want my daughter to be as a woman. This show has turned from sugar to shit because of Wanda. Please get her off now. Wanda is off the chain. She is a bully and is in everyone's business. She do not fit in nowhere. She just a nosy busybody that needs to be with people her own age. With all the mess she causes, he'll get her own show called the Nosy Ass Badass Wonder Show. I'm pretty sure she will get 0 viewers. She needs to go. Just maybe her daughter can see the forest behind the trees. Just my opinion. Okay, but that's your opinion. But I think she'll get quite a few viewers. Please remove her from the show. One got to go, Carlos King, because she's too old for her mess. She needs to leave them people alone and get some business of her own. It's absolutely embarrassing to blacks trying to be prominent people. I thought this was about blacks coming together, making moves and money, not featuring ignorance. She is too much. I'm signing because no grown woman should talk down on innocent kids at all. She is grown and should know the difference when to shut her mouth. Wanda is a disgrace to own network. They allow her on this show to continue to bash minors. Unacceptable. She is a horrible representation of a black woman. She is such a mad person. It makes black people look bad. Wanda is a disgrace to black and brown women everywhere. The show was about educated African Americans. Very successful show. Carlos allowed that uneducated, ghetto, loudmouth, stupid woman and her Beverly Hillbillies family to destroy the show. Mayor Martell deserves better. Her behavior and attitude are a negative reflection on the show and its intended purpose. Wanda should leave. Wanda should have been removed from the show. She just wants camera time. Stop giving it to her. She adds absolutely no substance. This show was not created with her in mind, so leave her off. Wanda has to go. She causes too much confusion to the show. She is terrible and needs to go. She is an embarrassment to the female race. She is a disgrace. She is too old to be this messy. If she returns next season, I will not. I don't want her representing black elders. This person insults children and promotes ignorance. Our people has fought hard to change. She needs to stay in her lane and not bring her ghetto self on the show at all. She needs to go back to school and learn how to speak and correctly pronounce words. Letitia is scared of her mother. No backbone. Wanda needs to go. Her disrespectful mouth and behavior isn't needed on the show. She is a poor representation of black women. We do not deserve to be represented by her on a national platform. Please remove her from the show. She is so wrong on so many levels. Leave the babies, children, out of your mouth. Wanda is a total disgrace. Wanda is very disrespectful and should leave kids out of the drama. Those was the last comments in the comment section. In my opinion, and let me add that even though many of the other cast members' names were mentioned throughout this commentary in the comment section on the show, this petition is only for Wanda Moore Leith. It is not for the other cast members of the show, not the daughter, not the husband, son-in-law, uh, or the hosts, Scots, or anyone else. It only pertains to Miss Wanda Moore Leith. And with that being said, do you think that she will, on her own, shake a bone and get the hell on? Or will Carlos have to shake the bone and make her get the hell on? Leave your comments in the section, in the comments. Like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's get the viewers up so I can bring you more content and commentary. I know this was long, but I felt like you needed to have more than just that a petition was imposed for a ban to have Miss Wanda Moore Leaf removed from Love and Marriage Huntsville. That they did really have quite a few viewers that did write comments, and all of the comments pretty much are saying the same thing um, about her behavior, and they do not want her representing black mothers, black grandmothers, black women in general, the black race in general. So let me know what your thoughts are. I've given you all of the comments of the others as well as few comments myself. So thank you for joining this video. Please like and subscribe and share. Thanks for joining me in the palace for this commentary. I need you to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. You can reach me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, as well as YouTube at Black Royal TV. All opinions, again, are alleged. Thank you for joining me again. And if you like this content, please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button to this channel so that you can get more content and push me up in the algorithm so that I can bring you more content. Again, thanks for enjoying this